welcome to my knitting podcast. This is episode 3. I am Sophie and I'm from Germany. I love to knit, I love to sew, and I love to just make things with my hands. That's kind of why I have always loved watching these videos, to get inspiration and to see what everyone else is making, what inspires them and what their crafting steps are, what challenges they face during these projects. And this is what this video is going to be about. I am going to show you what progress I made during the last 2 weeks, so in the end of April. I went on a trip to France during these last 2 weeks, so I got to knit a lot in the car and got to make a good progress on my works in progress. But I would say without further ado, let's get into the video. This one is going to be a shorter one, I think, but still packed with many beautiful projects and things that I'm really excited about. I have a few finished objects, I have a few works in progress, and then in the end I will have one mending project that I'm about to do that I kind of wanted to show you because I think that that's something really interesting with knitting. These things are organic, so sometimes you have to mend and you have to make them last even longer, and that's something I have been getting into. In the end, I will have one bonus project. My mom is knitting a French market bag at the minute, and she gave me some fabric to sew like an insert, and that's not my work in progress but my mom's, and I still wanted to show you because I think both the bag and also the fabric are really beautiful. Before I get started, I want to talk about what I'm wearing today. This is my sweater number 12 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. I knitted this in 2021. I knit this with the Rare Natura Gilia or Ulysse wool, in the color Emerald. I really like the sweater for work because the sleeves are not that long. I was tired of the broken ribs, so I just stopped at the length that they are right now, and also with blocking, the broken rib kind of grew in width but shrunk in length, so I now have a sweater that is kind of like the sleeves are kind of too short for me, but I like it for work because when I am giving massages as a midwife or doing different tests with the women, or when I'm writing something, or even when I'm doing crafts, I like wearing the sweater because the sleeves are just not in the way, and I still think when I wear it, it looks really cute. I love this color on me, and I also have a work in progress with the same yarn that I'm going to show you in this video, so stay tuned for that. So I want to get right into showing you all of my finished objects because I'm really excited to wear them. Well, they're not all for me to wear, but yeah, I'm just gonna start with the one I'm most excited about. I finally finished my Lover shorts. So right now they're kind of crinkly because I wore them in the garden and then threw them in my basket afterwards, but this is them. I will show you a small cutaway of me wearing them as well. They are so nice to wear. They're really comfortable. The cotton is really not too warm. It was about 25 degrees Celsius here in Germany last weekend, and I wore it in the garden, and I was not too chilly but also not too warm. The waistband holds up really well, and I'm really happy with the project. I knitted this with a pattern from Le Pull. I think I have talked about it a lot in my last podcast episode. I talked to you about how I really struggled with doing the waistband with the provisional cast on, and then at one point it got twisted around itself and I had to undo the whole thing. But after that, they knit up so quickly. I knit them holding 2 strands of Mandarin Petite by Sandnes Garn, and yeah, I really finished these in almost like no time. In the end, like once I got the waistband done, it's really just doing increases, and then you get to the leg, and I knitted this in a size small. So yeah, it fits me kind of snug, but I think that the cotton will stretch after washing, so I think once I have washed this the first time, it will be a little bit more, like it will have more positive ease. One detail that I really loved about the shorts is the scalloped, or like this cute like edge. Yeah. It's done by doing like yarn over, then knitting 2 together, then doing yarn over, knitting 2 together for 1 round, and then you knit 6 or 7 more rows of stockinette stitch, fold the edge over, and then like sew it to the inside, and you get this beautiful like scalloped little edge, which I will definitely use for future projects. I think it's super cute. I think it would be really cute on some baby clothes as well. And yeah, I would give this, I would rate this pattern and like these shorts like a 9 out of 10. 1 point is deducted because of my waistband incident, I would say. That was really annoying, but other than that, these shorts are really, really cool. I think I'm gonna knit another pair at some point if I wear them a lot, and maybe even think about doing a pair of pants with longer legs. This was also my first pair of shorts that I ever knit for myself. I have done baby shorts before, but not for myself, so I'm really, really happy about this. I always say I'm really happy about my knitting projects. I hope I'm not getting too repetitive with that. So the second project that I finished and also started in the last 2 weeks, so you didn't see this in my last podcast, is a Sophie Shawl. I knitted this with the pattern of the Sophie Shawl. I know that Petite Knit also has a Sophie scarf pattern. I modified it in a way where I used much less yarn than she recommends for the smallest size. I just weighed my yarn in the beginning and then stopped at the middle point and knit all the way back. I used this as a stash buster project. I don't know the name of the yarn that I used as a base. It looks like this, and I used it for my Copenhagen cardigan, I think it was called, by Petite Knit, with a much darker mohair. But I have so much left of this. I don't know why. I have done gloves with this, I have done scrunchies with this, I have done I don't know, I have done a lot of things with the leftover yarn I had from that project, and I still have this whole skein left. So it's kind of haunting me by now. But yeah, I made this Sophie scarf in this nice like lipstick, like red rosy color, I would say, and it is on the smaller side, but I don't have like a scarf this little, and I have been really liking playing around with it, like tying it in cute ways, and with the mohair by Ito, it's like really fluffy and soft. I think it makes for a great little fun accessory, and it's also good for the springtime because I almost always need a scarf at some point in the day and don't always want to like take with me my big scarves that take up my whole handbag. So I have been really enjoying just throwing this in my bag, taking it with me and throwing it on when the wind gets a little bit more chilly in the afternoon. So I would rate this project a good 8 out of 10. Yeah, it's super quick to knit. It's fun to knit because you do this same thing. I was able to talk while knitting, and yeah, it's a really satisfying project to do, and I could have gone on a lot more than I did because I had leftover yarn, but the mohair didn't last in the end. Then the next two finished objects are baby knits, and with one of them I haven't sewn in my ends yet, so I guess it's not all the way finished, but I still wanted to show you. I knit this slipover while I was in France, and it's based on the Mood Slipover by Spectacle Strick. The Mood Slipover has smiley faces, and I modified the pattern for it to be like these sheep with some flowers at their feet. I chose this light, like minty color, I would say, and the crisp white by Filcolana. It's their Peruvian Highland wool. Yeah, it was a cute project also to do in the car, and I think I finished this in 3 days, so it was really quick. And I like slipovers for children. This is a size 1, so for a 1-year-old, because it really keeps them warm without them having like sleeves to get dirt and stuff on. Yeah, so that's that. Still needs to be blocked, and it still needs the ends sewed in. I would give this one like a 7 out of 10 because I just finished my other Mood Slipover, so it was kind of repetitive to do the same thing again like 2 weeks after. And I should have, like, I would have liked to do 3 rows of sheep, but was too lazy to frog this back up and redo it. So the next finished object is something I already showed you in my last podcast episode. It is also a baby knit, and it is this extremely cute Pixie Dixie hat in red. Yeah, it's made for like 0 to 3 month old baby, out of merino wool. I talked about it in my last podcast episode, and I will link the pattern below. My sister saw this hat and she wanted me to make one for her as well for her birthday. So that brings me to my first work in project, which is that same Pixie Dixie hat, but like the adult version. So I chose Lana Grossa Bingo wool to do it because it was the only red that I liked in my yarn shop for my sister. And yeah, you can kind of see that I just did the ribbing and then knit like a big rectangle, and I'm about to do the decreases so that it forms this little peak in the end. So I have had a lot of fun like scaling this pattern into like an adult size. I think the pattern has a lot of sizes up to I think 6 to 10 years old, but I wasn't sure if the 6 to 10 years old would fit my sister, so I chose a yarn that's a little bit thicker. It's also a merino wool, but it's thicker than what's called for in the pattern. And I'm also using 4mm needles to do it, so it kind of is a little bit bigger. This is what it's gonna look like. Yeah, it's not a hat yet, but I have until the 13th of May to gift it to my sister, so I think I'll be able to do it. I'm also running out of yarn. I only have this much left, and I don't think it will be enough because I still have to do like the little strap, so I will be having to go back to the yarn shop to get more of that wool. So that's my first work in progress. My second work in progress is the reason why I'm wearing this sweater today, and it is this little project. I am knitting a version of the Friday sweater by Petite Knit. It's a baby and like children's pattern, and I think she has a lot of variations of the Friday sweater in her store. She has a Friday tee, I think, a Friday sweater adult version, like lots of different Friday sweater patterns. And this is the baby one. I am doing 6 to 12 months, and I am using leftover yarn from this project that I am wearing today. So all of this is the leftover yarn that I used, and now I realized that I need some more, so I will have to go to the yarn shop down the road and get more of the Delirium Natura in this color Emerald to finish it. I thought I could do a Stash Buster project, but I should have done a smaller size, but then I think the smaller size will not fit the baby that I'm doing this for much longer. So yeah, I'll have to get one more skein to finish this project, and then I'll have more leftover yarn, and then I'll have to do another stash busting project. That's my struggle. I'm trying to like get rid of a lot of my stash, but it's not working out that well so far. It's in Broken Rib. It has a little fold over collar, and I contemplated whether I should just do like a t-shirt, but I don't think I will, because if I have to buy another skein anyway, then I'll just do the long sleeve version. I think it's really cute that I will have a matching sweater to this one. Mine is not by Petite Knit, mine is by My Favorite Things Knitwear, and I think it's the sweater number 12, and this sweater just takes me forever, but I made great progress while in France. I finished all of the body, which is this pattern is beautiful. It's the Porcelain Sweater Solo. It's knit up in Pear Gynt and Tin Silk Mohair by Sandnes Garn in the classic colors that the pattern calls for. It will be linked down below. I'm so excited to finally get to wear this, and I'm someone that wears these types of sweaters in the summer as well, because I'm just always cold, so it will be fine if I'm done with it like hopefully in June. Yeah, I'm done with the color work on the sleeves, which is really good, because I think the rest of the sleeves will just go on really quickly. I have to do the rest of the second sleeve. I have already done the collar and the split hem. Yeah, I am ready for this to be done, honestly, because I want to wear it and I don't want to keep having to knit on it, and I already have another sweater project like waiting. I want to cast that on so badly, but I am keeping myself from doing it because I have to finish this one first. It's, oops, it's so soft, it's so beautiful. I talked about this in all of my podcast episodes, so if you're interested in like more details about the color and everything, then go check those out. But right now I'm finishing up this right arm, and then we'll be able to finish the second arm, and hopefully I'll be done very soon, and then I will wear this in a video and be really proud that I finished it. I then have one project that my mom gave me to finish for her. She knit this French market bag by Petite Knit, and it is this cotton wool bag with all of these little holes in it. It's really pretty, like she did a great job. There will be leather straps added to it in the end, and my job is to sew an inlet in this beautiful flower fabric by the company Petit Pan. It's in France. You can order from them. They have these beautiful, like really colorful prints on cotton, and I'm going to sew a bag that will go into this bag so that it then kind of like peeks through the fabric. That's what she wanted, and I have a sewing machine and she doesn't, so I will be doing that for her. I then have one mending project that I want to show you, and it is on my favorite sweater ever. I knit this in 2020 during the pandemic. It is a teru sweater by a Japanese designer. It's so beautiful. I also made this in De Rerum Natura Gilia in white and this beautiful like blue. And this sweater has so many amazing details. It took me forever. It's made in like, it's a fingering weight yarn. And it's like, it's truly a work of art. Like, look at it. I'm still so proud of myself for doing this. But one problem me and my mom both have with the De Rerum Natura wool, even though we love it and it's so soft and it's so beautiful to knit with. My mom has experienced this and I have now too, because I have worn this a lot as well. It's kind of unraveling on the sleeves and I really don't know what to do about it. I could just like frog it back and redo it because I still have some of the white like left, but I think, I don't know if it'll look weird. So if any of you have any recommendations or like video tutorials on how I can fix this, then please tell me in the comments below, because I would really like to keep wearing this sweater. And I want to mend it, but I don't really know how to. I don't really want to rip back this portion because I think it would look really weird to do it in like a fresh white wool that hasn't been worn, because this sweater is like really worn in, and I think the white on this sweater, because I have washed it so many times, is like a really different white than the original white from De Rerum Natura, if you know what I mean. This has not happened to me with this sweater, but I'm not wearing this one as much. Yeah, but I just wanted to show you this so that I can and ask you if any of you have any recommendations. I just remembered something about this project and also about this project that is maybe like relevant to anyone who wants to use this De Rerum Natura wool. I haven't had this with any of the other colorways, but me and my mom have both had like several like dye lots of this emerald or like emerald color. And when you knit with this color, you have to be careful because your hands will get completely green. Like it doesn't bleed when you wear it. Like I've worn this over white t-shirts, it's not a problem. But while knitting, this yarn like gives a green tint to your hands. So if that's something that would bother you, then don't use this wool. Yeah, that's something I just remembered about it. I hope that you enjoyed all of the projects that I showed you. I kind of went through them more quickly this time because I talked about a lot of them before. I think in the next episode I will be able to show you a few more cast-ons, and I hope that I will be done with my porcelain sweater by then. So stay tuned, subscribe to my channel, and give this video a like if you liked it. I hope that you come around for my next podcast episode. I really like doing these videos, and if you have a channel where you do podcasts yourselves, feel free to tell me and I will go check it out as well, because I'm always looking for more inspiration and more people to follow in this amazing community. I hope you have a really nice start of May and a lot of warm days with lots of knitting ahead of you, and you'll see me in the next episode. Until then, bye bye.